What's going on, my fellow Fairy Tale Madoshis? As soon as I've announced my Things I Would Change series, the most requested so far, without a doubt, has to be Fairy Tale, for many reasons that I understand. But let me say before I start this video that I do not hate Fairy Tale in any way. Anything in this series, Things I Would Change, I do not hate, because the fact that I would change something in the series means that I care enough about the series to give a damn, if that makes any sense. So let's start with this friendship fuckery. And speaking of friendship fuckery, number 5 is friendship power-ups / the power of feelings. Now, if you're a fan of Fairy Tale, I don't have to go too much into detail into this one. I would really change this because the magic games, Natsu versus the twin dragons, you know where I'm going with this. Now, I love Sting and Rogue. I love the fight up until the finale, Natsu and the power of feelings. Like, seriously, the power of feelings. I understand shonen is supposed to be kind of like this, about friendship and, you know, good triumphing over evil, but how Natsu and the gang triumph over evil, sometimes the explanation is just like, wow, there's too many of them to talk about. But this one, the power of feelings, when I think of friendship power-ups, this is what I think of. But I mean, so you're telling me that if, you know, with the power of feelings, I can do anything. So I can go into a bank unarmed with just boxers and nothing else and tell them to give me all of their money, and I look at them directly in their eyes and just say, you know what, I'm not playing about this shit. This is the power of feelings I'm wielding right now. I don't need any other weapon, and they'll give me all of their money. That's not how the world works, Natsu-sama. But I understand, you know, it's manga, it's not real world stuff, but you know what I mean. And like I said, countless other friendship things. Number 4, Lisana's return. Now, I love Lisana as a character. It was so sad every time someone mentioned something about Lisana to Natsu, he would get all, you know, quiet and shy and, you know, go and look at the sky with Happy and just imagine and reminisce what it was like to be Lisana's little boyfriend. But ever since she was brought back, she hasn't gotten much screen time. You know, Natsu just treats her like another Fairy Tale member, which I guess you can argue that is the case, but just look at the flashbacks, man. Like the childhood they had together, how she was talking about making her him her husband, and etc., how close they were. Now, if they were going to bring her back, I think that she should have been his love interest, where it is obvious that Lucy is going to win the Natsu Dragon D by the end of this series. So they brought Lisana back just for a few tears and like a few heartwarming episodes, and Natsu was like, okay, see you later. No, let's pick up where we left off. No, we can do that husband and wife thing. No, I think if she, you know, since she was brought back, that's what should have happened. But since the one defining feature of Lisana, which was being Natsu's little girlfriend, like when she's brought back, that's not there, that kind of leaves Lisana kind of disposable, in my opinion. I hope I'm explaining this right, because I can't really get what I want to say out how it's in my head. But just know, I think, no, since she came back, still should have been like really close to Natsu. Number 3 is Urza, just because she's Urza. Now, before I say what I'm about to say, just know she is one of my top 5 favorite characters in Fairy Tale. But with that being said, Urza has her problems. I mean, not like her, but as a design. Like, she's just so OP for almost no reason. Like, her power-ups out of nowhere, the Nakagami armor, if that's what it's called, I can't remember, and so many victories that she's had. Like, you cannot lie, even though you love Urza to death, you know some of her victories have been ass pulls. I'm not going to go into detail, but the Nakagami armor, even though it did come out of nowhere, I did like it. I like the design, I like its effect, but I can't understand where some people, you know, dislike this. I mean, King of Lightning stopped reviewing Fairy Tale altogether because of that one chapter, because of that armor. So like I said, I can understand why, but the thing that just broke me on Urza, like, she can do anything, she's God, is because she's Urza. Now, I don't think the anime has reached this point as of the time of this video, but the manga readers, you know what I'm talking about. The because she's Urza scene just completely made me go, oh my god, Fairy Tale. If someone is this close to dying, are you going to pull this? Because they're such and such. Now, when the anime gets there, everyone will know what I'm talking about. But for the manga readers, you know what I mean by because she's Urza. So I would definitely change some things about that. I mean, don't even put her in that kind of danger if that's the excuse that you're going to give her to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that just put a bad taste in my mouth, and then especially with Urza being like the highlight of the end of the latest chapter as of the time of this video anyway. We know that she's going to pull some because she's Urza again. Number 2, Gildarts not being there for his guild. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that he is up to something very, very important, but I mean, so many things have happened. Like, if you're an anime-only watcher, you know that Gildarts has not been in the last arc or 2 or 3. But in the manga, he's still not there when they need him the most, in my opinion. I mean, there's been a time skip and everything, and he's still not there. So, I think the problem with Gildarts is they made him too OP, too early in the series for him to be there and not just be able to save everyone. Because if he was there in some previous arcs where he was missing, he would have been able to save the day, in my opinion anyway. So I think that's really why he's not there. But plot-wise, like I said, I do think he's doing something important, but I think they should have introduced Gildarts later on if they were going to do it like this, or not made him as OP, because, I mean, Fairy Tail can really use this guy right now, especially with everything going on, and, you know, manga readers, you know what's about to happen, some really, really, really big stuff. But whatever the excuse Gildarts gives us, it better be something better than he's just still trying to travel the world and find himself and looking at porn mags and whatnot, because this guy, he could have prevented many things from happening, in my opinion, especially before the time skip in the arc that we're in now. And the anime anyway, I mean. Number 1, the Fairy Tail spotlight. And what I mean by this is there's only certain characters that get continuous spotlight. Of course, Natsu, Lucy, Gray, Urza, Gajeel, Wendy, you know, the Dragon Slayers and Juvia, characters like that. But Fairy Tail consists of so many more members than just those main characters that we see. Now, of course, this is going to happen because this series is about a guild with so many guild members, and with any anime slash manga with this many characters that we know by name, of course there's going to be those with more screen time than others, but there are just so many other awesome Fairy Tail members, and not even Fairy Tail members, just other guild members in general, like in Sabretooth and some other guilds that I can't think of on the top of my head right now, that are just epic as fuck in my opinion. Like, I love their magic abilities, but they don't get anywhere near as much screen time as the main Fairy Tail cast. I mean, I can't really complain about that too much, but, you know, this is things I would change. If I had a chance, I would give, like, some other characters their own time to shine. I mean, we have gotten some shine from some other characters, like Kana with the fairy glitter, and also, I think in the latest chapter, as of the time of this video, Bisca did some OP stuff as well, but I mean, it's just so rare and too far in between where we get some other Fairy Tail members going in. Like, I want to see Loxus's gang go in again. I want to see so many other characters that we got early on that are just like afterthoughts now. Characters like Romeo, I mean, after the 10-row time skip, he was literally the first person that we saw. He looked like a Gohan, kind of, like he got older, he got the scarf, he has fire abilities, you know, kind of reminiscent to Natsu. So I thought in the upcoming arcs he was going to be a big thing, but he got pushed to the back burner. It's just stuff like that that made me think that some side characters were going to get like all of this glory, but then later on it seems like they were forgotten about. But that's just another thing I would change. But this entire list is just, you know, personal opinions. You guys may not agree with anything. You guys may think that Fairy Tail is perfect as can be, but those are just my opinions, like I said. So tell me which series I should cover next. Tell me which series I should tell you guys 5 things I would change about it. But tell me what you guys think. This has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe. And before I leave, this is not a new look. I just came back from a job interview, and I decided that if I change clothes, I would go to sleep right the fuck then. So I said, you know what? Let me sit down and make this video right now before I change. But anyway, this has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.